Okay, guys, welcome back and thank you for joining us for round two at Thailand. A lot of moving parts so far this week. Currently missing Chris. However, we should see him here coming up pretty soon. He just got back into town. Hines, also in race direction, is out of town, and Tony is late from work. So right now, just the racers and I kind of running the show. So we're jumping in here, watching qualifying. No race direction view at the moment due to not having a race director machine. We should be able to rectify that by Moto 2. But checking it out here, looks like position one currently we have Voss. As I scroll through my available streams, looks like we have Rocha in fifth, and thank you to him again for helping us out with the streams and the commentary last week. That was incredibly helpful. Nick J sitting in third position currently, and it looks like Bear is in the pits. Now, good news, Tony, part of Race Direction, I'm watching him fire up his machine, so he's got his stream up and he's cooking at it there. We'll give these guys a couple minutes to go through qualifying. Looks like they have about 8 minutes left. So we'll let them get through that, and we'll go from there. Now, of course, what's difficult without a race direction machine is being unable to see our full roster. We'll check in over here with Nick J, see how he's doing. He's been on fire in Moto 3 lately. He's really been working harder at these smaller bikes, and it's showing. He's actually he's holding position 3 right now, so he is on the first row. I mean, really looking solid. So certainly good news for him. Looks like Bear is back on the track, running. Oh, jeez, what is that? Looks like position 2. So Bear's really showing off his his usual performance here. Good to see him back in the front row for these qualifying events. It looks like Tony was actually able to jump in as a camera director, so we do have a pretty good view over here. So currently we have Voss in first, Bear second, Jay in third, Golden Smacks fourth, Rocha in fifth, Mertz sixth. I still don't know who that is in seventh. 10R in eighth, and Sam Crow in ninth. Now, good to see Sam Crow. My understanding last time we spoke with him, he was having some technical difficulties with his game. So I'm certainly glad he was able to get those worked out. Bear not very far off of pole here at 2/10. That's nothing to wag a finger at. Same with Jay. Look at him, man. 3/10 off. That is a seriously close first row. There is absolutely no contesting that is crazy close. So that's fantastic. Instead of watching a player in the pits, tab back on over to Voss here, our current leader. See what he's up to. Looks like that first sector was not necessarily his best, but he's working on it, of course. Oh, let's see what we got in chat here. 10R is... Let me pull this up in a different manner. Okay. Ooh, as Voss heads on in. Alright. We'll flip back over to Rocha here, see how he is doing. 5th place. Not bad. Weird to see him out on hard in qualifying. Definitely different there. Huh. Wonder if he's trying to scrub those in for the race. I guess we will pick that up in a bit here. Not much changing in our a little bit changing on the bottom. Sam Crow up to 7th, 10R down to 9th. Yeah, I think those are the only positions that have flipped here. So definitely a pretty consistent qualifying so far. Looks like they got about 4 minutes left, and we will see how they hold up. Okay, coming into some of our last laps here. Well, they probably got about 2.5 left, depending on where they are. Voss still in first, Bear in second, Jay filling up that final spot in the first row. Really, these guys are stable. They kind of looks like they found their positions fairly quickly here, and Voss is on another just hell-bent lap. Looks like Golden Smacks is as well, so we can actually, I've seen a lot of yellow and orange here. So really we could see a lot of shakeup going on. Wow, that is a fast lap by Voss. 141.2. That pushes Bear down to 1.6 behind them. So I try to coordinate with race direction here. Multitasking is definitely a weakness of ours. Wrapping up, just a little over 2 minutes left. Let's check in with Rocha here, who is running into a little bit of traffic on the just behind him as well on these qualifying laps. You know, there's that fine line between getting the draft and being slowed down. So we'll see. He's got this first sector orange, so he's got a pretty strong start there. But we'll see what this next one looks here coming up. Nick J with a crash. That does not bode well when you're this close to the end of qualifying. Hey, that is a second orange sector for Rocha, but he's got to get around Mertz here now. Oh my God! As 2 riders go flying around him, and he just bends it. That is rough. That's probably qualifying over for him. Looks like he ran out of fuel as well. Interesting. And if any of you guys hear the noises in the mic, that is through a closed door and dogs wrestling. So. Dogs will be dogs, I suppose. Looks like he's going to get out and try to get... Yeah, he should be able to get one more lap in here. Flip back over to Tony's view. Get some of the times here. Again, pretty stable. Everybody's kind of setting in. Sam Crow looks like he picked up a spot above Mertz. Oh, just in time to see a pretty good crash there. I think that was 2 riders getting taken out, although the game reported 1. If I had to guess, that'd be our 6th through 8th position there that got taken out. It happens. About 30 seconds left in qualifying here. Time for these guys to... Whoa! All right. Time for them to flip face first onto the track. That's the way we like to do things, apparently. Flags flying, racers flying. Who is this boss is coming? Whoa! All right. I think we've got some people just bailing out, realizing that they're not on the laps that they want. It happens. Right, and time is up. It's time to see what these guys can throw down in these last few minutes here. Or I guess last few corners here is what I should say. lot of riders in the pits, a lot of warnings, flags from the game. I think these guys are out for blood tonight. That's great to see. So are the dogs, apparently. I'm sure you guys can hear them. Looks like Voss is off that hot lap a little bit. I'm not sure if he crossed that line in time to get it all done. Still rolling around. We should see these results in just a moment here. Here we go. All right, looks like we have Voss taking home first position. Bear in second, Jay in third, Golden Smacks fourth, Rocha fifth, Sam Crow sixth, Mertz seventh. I am still not trying that name in eighth, and 10 are in ninth. Do we have anybody to scroll down on? I don't think so. I think that's the lot. Really, really impressive showing from Voss here right off the bat. A 1:41.2, just a blistering pace. So, really, really glad to see these guys out here, working their tails off, really getting the show on the road, if you will. So our racers make our final choices here. A little suspension tweak here, a little tire change there. And fuel, I'm seeing some guys pop up making fuel changes. Forgetting about this on these races. There was some chatter from the racers earlier in the week discussing how, in some cases, running a lighter bike with less fuel in a lower power level is equating to faster total race time. So really interesting. A lot of thinking they have to do to come on in here and get it all figured out. So definitely interesting to see and figure out what their methods are. Looks like they are rolling. We got 20 seconds before they hit the grid. Let's see what these guys have in them. I'm seeing fresh tires thrown on by most of the racers, unlike last season's decision to scrub them in first. So definitely a little difference there. I'll have to talk with the racers and see if they're noticing an actual difference there, or if they're just going for overall longevity. And they are off. Whoa, Sam Crow up the inside there. That is one hell of a hole shot. Wow. But Smacks took him. And we're not even bowling. Wonderful. This is our normal Moto 3 pack here. Just tight racing. Hopefully we see it continue like this throughout the evening. I'm also loving in 20 that it's giving us real live timing updates rather than waiting to get through a sector. It's, oh man, who was that? Oh, Rocha down in turn 3 there. Unfortunate. Sam Crow up in the lead here, closely followed by, oh, there goes Bear up in the first. Real good passing by these guys. Sam Crow doesn't want to let him have it, though. Golden Smacks and them are... Oh, God, they're fighting it out as well. Oh, no! That was Golden Smacks. Looks like a couple other riders might have got scooped up in that as well. A lot of red going on there. That is certainly the disadvantage of running a race pack this close. Anything that happens, you can get caught up in that scramble. Some penalties being assessed by the game so far. Looks like Rocha has picked up 3/10 Not entirely sure how or why, especially considering that he was out in turn 2 or 3 there. Looking strong nevertheless. Surprisingly, Nick J back about 5.5 seconds off Golden Smacks. He must have got caught up in one of those crashes. Puts him behind, and whoa, really wide back there by 4th place. I believe that's Bear's coming up here. I think Bear's looking to make this pass on Voss, who's wiggled his way back up to the front of the pack. These guys are always some pretty killer competition for each other. Go over to Bear's stream here, see what it's looking like. Not quite as close as I thought they were, based on the other view. There's definitely a little bit of a gap there. But it is a long race. Lap 2 of 8, we still have a very long way to go. Check in with Nick J, kind of see what's going on here. Pulling up the back of the pack. That's not like him in Moto3 here, and I don't really see another rider up ahead. I'll have to get with him or go back and watch the stream to see what went on. That's disappointing. Disappointing for sure. He had a fantastic qualifying, so hopefully we see him back in soon. And here we got Tony again, looking at his cameraman view, taking a peek at Sam Crow here, who is about 1.5 seconds off of Bear. So really not falling behind too much at all. I mean, holding it good. That's definitely good pace for rolling into lap 3 here. 10R having a crash in the back there. It's always funny when these rider faces pop up to me for Moto3. They're just babies. It's not. It doesn't even make me mad that these young kids are out there. You know, the real Moto3 racers that they're out there. You know, being able to put on these performances. It's awesome. You know, these are some of the best riders in the world, and in some countries they wouldn't even be able to have a driver's license yet. It's just really cool to see. Voss looks like he's starting to run away with the thing. About 2 seconds off of Bear. Now, from Bear's perspective, Voss is still right in front of him. You can see him there, but he's not near as close as, you know, I'm sure Bear would like to see him. So he's getting there, but not quite. It'll be all right though. Sam Crow's fallen off pace from Bear just a bit here. He's got about a 3-second gap. Mert's a pretty good jump behind that at 6th. So the pack is starting to spread out on us. But we do have some decent competition going on here. From Roach's perspective, we got 10R in front of him, and then that is Mertz in front of that. So our let's see, our 6th through 4th has a pretty good potential for a battle here. Rocha is about 0.5 seconds off of 10R, so I mean he really is. That is significantly less than 0.5 seconds now. Game saying 0.3, but I think that got closer than that. He's all over him. He's really gonna be setting for this pass here soon. A little wide there. That's not gonna make it happen. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. In fact, we got a pretty cool view over here of this battle. Both of them go wide. That is really, really wide. So now we're gonna go ahead, and I think we've got our other commentator on here. Chris, are you live? Oh my God, he is alive. Oh, now the world can hear you. Please hold. I'm not sure. I am not sure your audio is working yet, sir. Shit. As always, this likes to break itself. I think you've got me now, sir. Do you have me now, Chris? Well, can you hear me at all? That's a no, apparently. I believe it's on my end. Hold on here, guys, on the stream. We're just trying to get our other commentator in here. I had all of this working properly last week, and it's apparently decided to brick itself. So that's awesome. All right, guys, continue hanging in with us for just a moment here. I think we're working through some issues. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna tune back in here. We're fighting the forever present tech issues. So to check back in, looks like Bear took that spot back from Voss. Voss is down to second, Sam Crow third, Golden Smacks fourth, Rocha fifth, Jay in sixth, 10R in seventh, and I'm still not trying that name in eighth. That's your new name, sir. I believe we had a couple riders drop by the looks of things here, so that is that's odd. As we continue to roll through some of these issues here, I just fixed it on my end, so that is fantastic. My stuff will work now. I think Chris is muddling through some of his own tech issues, so this is what happens when we're mixing different computers and stuff like that. This will get, as we figure this shit out more, it'll get better and better. So I apologize to the viewers, but hey, we've been doing all right so far, and my voice has held out, so that's good news. Lap 6 of 8. Bear still holding that lead in front of Voss, but Voss is barreling down on him. No bear pun intended. They're almost touching there. Certainly some good racing to be seen. This is what we like to see. Oh, Bear's pulling away from her. It's jumping back and forth a little bit, so that's all right. Looks like these guys are our closest battle at the moment, and it's pretty cool seeing it from first and second. Now, third place, 15 seconds off pace. That's a pretty good jump. Bear and Voss are really running away with this one. Strong racing here. Let's see. Rolling through, let his Rocha through turn 6. He's got a pretty good gap on him there. So I don't think we're going to see much place flopping. Maybe 7th and 8th there. But that's all we're seeing, I think. It looks like we have Schaffner here jumping in into the lobby, of course, for our Moto 2 race. So we got a wild card that we're working on here. So pretty neat seeing more racers in here. A lot of warnings, a lot of sketchy riding going on, I think, these last couple laps. Voss is taking it back from Bear. I completely missed that one while looking at other riders' views, but and he's moving. He's on a mission here for this this final lap. Now Nick J's made a pretty significant comeback here. He's gone from way back of the pack, moving up to 5th place. So certainly some solid improvement from him there. Good seeing him back up, you know, really showing off that he is pretty quick and moving his way around. All right, checking back in with our race leaders here. Really close between Voss and Bear. Could go either way for them at this point. They're tearing through turn 7 at this point with Bear right there. But, you know, he's bouncing between like 2 and 5 tenths off of Voss. If Voss were to crash right now, it'd be over. There'd be no recovering at this point. But same goes for Bear. I don't think they would drop back too far, being that 3rd place is about 18 seconds, almost 19 off of Bear. But hell, it'd hurt for sure. And there they go across the line. Let some of the other racers finish up here, and we'll take a look-see of what they got for times and such. Really good showing by our guys as usual. These, you know, I know I keep talking about it, but these guys were not necessarily the strongest race group going into this this racing last year, or last season, I should say, because it was still 2020. But they really picked up the game. So here we go. We have Mr. Voss in 1st, Bear in 2nd, Sam Crow pulled out it up to 3rd, Golden Smack's 4th, Jay ramped up from last to 5th. Rocha in 6th with that tough crash in the beginning. I'm still not trying that name in 7th, and 10R in 8th. Fantastic results by these guys. You know, thank you so much, racers, for everything you do. And we're going to take a real quick break here, and we'll see you guys back for Moto 2 qualifying. welcome back, and thank you for hanging in there with the break. We should have Chris in here for real this time, as my phone sets an alarm. Wonderful.
That is entirely possible. Hi, folks. I am back from the heavenly motorcycle playground that is Northwest Arkansas.
Is that what we're calling it?
That is what it is, man. If you've never done it and you ride, oh, my God. Such a great place to ride. So much fun.
Do I have to bring a family member to sleep with?
No, they provide your own.
They provide.
You can request an aunt, mother, or it's a matter of what your tastes are. Goats are an option too.
Goats are an option as well. Well, fantastic.
It's Arkansas, man. They're very open about that. They let you do that however you like. They do require that you learn the banjo though. Maybe grow a couple extra digits.
How is your banjo playing?
Very mediocre. They kicked me out.
That's why you're back.
That's why I'm back here. I would have stayed up there longer. It was the weather was absolutely phenomenal. Just high 60s, low 70s all week.
I'm glad, because you were worried about it being cold there for a while.
Yeah, no, it was. What are you doing over there? You spoon clanking? Oh, I'm getting to hear the spoon clank. Wonderful.
Oh, see, and my explanation was also still muted. So yes, I am. I'll just play it for everybody now. I'm making a cup of tea because my throat hurts and my voice is going out because I'm talking to all you bastards.
Now. That hurts actually. On my ears. My ears are in pain.
I guess it is that cup is closer to the mic than I physically am, so it makes sense.
Yes, that would hurt. Oh, so it is Moto 2 out here at we're in Thailand, I guess. The Chang International.
Chang.
Yeah. Chang being it kind of makes me think of Coda in some ways. It's got some very, very tight turns with some pretty long straights. It's actually a pretty fast track. So pretty fun to watch, actually.
I think it'd be a real fun track to ride.
Yeah, it definitely is on the list of would like to try. There really isn't much in the way of elevation changes, but the actual layout itself is pretty good and is pretty fun. I think last season we actually had some pretty good competition.
Oh, we sure did. My number one for track for that's a pretty good slide. Donk into the barrier. My favorite track for elevation changes would be something like Spa. Just a totally legendary track. But I'll even take something pretty flat like this. It's different levels of competition for sure. So pretty darn cool to see.
Yep. So starting right off the bat, our wild card Schaffner comes up, puts in a 134.7.
Our heavy hitters aren't in there yet. We'll give him a chance.
Start yet. Yep. But that's not a bad start for him coming in as a wild card. I did not know what his skills are like, so it definitely looks decent.
We see bumper cars on screen here.
Yeah, Smack's just behind him. Turbo, one of our new guys. There we go. There's Voss putting down .703 behind Schaff. So that should be an interesting competition between the two of them. Turbo, one of our newer guys, I believe I believe we saw him. Yeah, I remember seeing him at qualifying.
Yep.
But I didn't watch last week. I was like I said, busy.
How dare you, sir? We had Rocha in here commentating.
I know.
Was
right now he's out there.
He is out there. He left me for GP, but that was okay. He had to accrue some points. It's all right. Speaking of points, I've forgotten so far tonight. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors: Wood Cycle Country, yes. Motorangutan, Motul, and Mass. Thank you guys for providing these prizes for our racers. I'm sure they'd still be here without you, but it's more motivation.
Yep, and we did get some pretty good things. I know Motul gave us some merch, Mass, some gloves or something along those lines.
I would have to check our official list. I know we still have to. All of our lives are pretty crazy right now. So we have to take a final inventory. of what things look like for this season, so we're a
Yeah.
little behind the ball, but we're working on it.
But there was, and I think MotoGP had like a helmet or something like that. And what was the other?
Wood Cycle Country was providing a jacket, a helmet, and gloves, I believe.
Oh, wow. Wow. So, yeah, generous stuff from our sponsors here. That's part of why we've tried to kind of stay in the Austin area, too, so we can work with the Austin folks. But Motul was an interesting one to hear us picking up.
I gotta thank Rocha for getting us in
Yeah.
in contact with these guys.
Good work there, man.
No, for
So-
sure.
Bear moving himself up to the top of the board with a 133.8. Not looking shabby at all. Looking like the Bear we saw last season. And Tony apparently having his McDonald's Wi-Fi issues this evening. We'll see if he can get those worked out.
It's working on my end, so I'm gonna say that is
Maybe it's my fault.
yeah, that
Maybe
is
it's
you.
my fault.
That is your McDonald's Wi-Fi, sir.
All right, well, damn it. I'm going to have to go Karen on the manager.
So much for that gigabit plan. Oh, Schaffner has a big slide across the track.
Oh,
That's the
he is-
kind that in real life you pray not to get run over for.
Oh, yeah. So he is still sitting in third. Turbo has moved himself up to second. Him
Wow.
having decent. Yeah, I remember him having decent performances during qualifying, but that right there, that's exceptional. I like
Voss,
that.
where you at?
Yeah, Voss is taking his time. Right now, he's not even running top of the pack laps. He's going to move down on his personal, but it's like Bear's going to hold that lead on him.
Bear's moving, man.
Yep, that he is. He is hustling today. I know during qualifying and whatnot, he was struggling, but it looks to me like he may have worked that out. Right now, that is good to see.
I am glad to hear it. Hey, to anybody watching our stream right now, we would love a comment on how the audio level sounds between Chris and I. It's difficult for us to determine how it is, so if you wouldn't mind letting us know.
It sounds like shite.
I'm sure it does, because we're doing it.
Absolute shite.
Yep, makes sense. That's what we were shooting for.
There we go.
We'll check in with Rocha here for a moment. I was going to say who was finishing up Sector 1, but he did, and it's gray. I'm disappointed in you, sir.
Yeah.
But Nick J here is coming up on a personal best, it looks like.
Let's see if he can do it. Good to see him. Good to see him in there.
He was looking real strong in Moto 3. He had a real tough break. I believe he qualified third in Moto 3, and I think he got a crash right off the bat because by lap 2 he was in last place with something like a gap of 5 seconds. He picked it up though. He ended up in 5th place, so definitely good show from him.
We're getting the comment, sounds great. So apparently Nick is pretty good at pretending to be an audio engineer.
It is all a facade.
It totally is. Normally he goes to the bar and tells girls, I'm an audio engineer, and his nose grows.
No, I say motorcycle racer.
Oh,
And an audio engineer on the weekends.
it continues to grow in both cases.
Yes.
So 7 minutes remaining. And looking like Bear continuing to hold on to that lead, though. Turbo making a run at it. His first section. Maybe be able to catch up there. Voss has moved himself up into third. Schaff, don't think his time has changed much since he set his first lap. Ditto for Smacks. Those two still sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, I think
Baird.
Schaffner threw down that strong lap and has kind of not been able to replicate it.
Yep. Baird sitting at 1.6 back. Feelingless has been pushed back to 2.3 back. I'm going to guess that name you couldn't pronounce is Bichon Delon.
Yeah, well, let me tab over
It
to
sounds fun to say. We'll call it Bichon.
Are we going with French there?
We're going with French. I'm calling it Bichon.
Bichon la Dillon.
Bichon la Delon. Either that or he likes playing the foosball.
This is America, so I might go with foosball.
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 Nick J sitting 4 seconds back. Rocha at 4.6. Mertz 5.1, and Mr. Key bringing up the rear at 5.3. But This actually is a pretty solid field tonight. Only 5 seconds off from the front to the back. So
This is what we've been seeing, both in Moto 3 and last week. I mean, really good, tight pack field. Fantastic to see, frankly. So I'm just happy to see these racers taking it, real seriously. It's cool.
Yep. So for those that don't know a ton about this track, it's actually one of the newer tracks on the circuit. It was opened on October 2014, so that makes it only 6 years old.
I wonder if it's a roller coaster like Coda.
Yeah. Sir, Coda is not a roller coaster. It is a motocross track at this point.
That almost makes it better. Don't give it that credit.
Oh, and GP only added this to their circulation in 2017, so it's really new to GP. It's only been there for 3 years at this point. And like we were saying earlier, you've got this very, very tricky set of very tight turns with fast straights. So you have to be very solid on braking on this track and know your lines through the turns really well.
Like most races, especially on this track, they're not one in the straights. They're simply not. It's the brakes, which is one of the toughest parts of this game.
Yeah, that was the early complaint, and I've already seen on a couple of the angles. I've seen guys with tails way up in the air coming down the straights, coming for the stop. So they have the brakes went from being wooden in 2019 to being just downright scary in 2020.
You're absolutely right. So kind of what we're running into is the brakes in 19. You were able to everybody's going back to the pits. Every stream I try to pick up, they're just jumping in the pits. So
making those adjustments.
Yep, in 19, you could just hammer the brakes. You could hold the trigger all the way down, and the bike would come in. Maybe you'd float the rear a little bit, but nothing major. If you try to do anything of the sort in 20, on your default settings anyway, you're just on your face immediately.
I mean, I guess they're sitting there going, we got to justify the price of a new game somehow.
I like it a little bit, because realistically, if you just ham-fisted almost any, even stock bike on the market with a good tire on the front of it, you're going to be on your face.
Yeah. I mean, without ABS, yeah. That is true. The ABS stuff, though, a lot of it has, like, stoppy protection and all that kind of silliness.
Blah, blah, blah-de-dee-blah.
Get out of here, Black Widow, or whatever it is. Recluse, that's what it was. Recluse guy. You like cheating.
That's mechanical, it's not electronic.
Just because it don't have a CPU in it, don't mean shit.
Yes, it does it. Bring back mechanical injection.
Oh, my God. Somebody shut this guy up. Grandpa's over on the porch with his revolver and his cane, telling the kids to get off the front lawn.
I will go full boomer.
So just under 2 minutes remaining. Bear continuing to hold on to that time of that 133.8 out front. Man, that was a very solid time by him. That kind of lets you know the speed of this track. Moto 2 is putting down 133s. I think GP's like 124 or something like that when it's really hustling.
Schaffner's here on a personal best.
Oh, maybe he'll move up past Turbo and take second, but I don't think anybody's going to unseat Bear, except Voss does seem to be on a fairly hot lap here.
Ooh, that is. Let me tab over to Voss's view.
Yeah, Voss is looking good.
Now,
He's looking very
you know
solid.
we're about to give him the old commentator curse, right?
Oh yeah. Like this is how you get wrecked out. But that being said, he's still got a minute to go, so with how long the laps are on this, he'll have time for probably 2 more laps. So if anything goes sideways, he's okay. But hopefully... Oh, I think he ran wide. Nope. It didn't run too wide. Did not invalidate the lap.
I just had the most perfectly timed mic pause, I might say, or mic mute. That was the kind of sneeze that if you didn't tuck it down into your shoulder, you'd be wiping off monitors.
There you go.
30 seconds left in qualifying here.
Is productive.
Oh, look at that first section by Bear.
The
The second's not so great.
Boss couldn't quite get it. Bear can't quite manage to beat his own time, but he did manage to knock 0.2, almost 0.2 off of his time.
Voss knocked Schaffner off the front line.
Huh? Oh, I was talking about Bear.
Oh, I was talking about Voss. He knocked Schaffner off the front row.
Yeah, that he did. Oh my. Now Bear was at a 133.8. Now he's at a 133.666, throwing up the horns to win.
Hey, that's Hades' number. You back off. Is that Hades' number? That'd be funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just going Hades hell in my head right now. So
I thought his was like. I don't think that's it.
I'm not going to pretend to actually know.
Yeah, I'm not either. So Bichon still out on the track. Mertz still out on the track. Schaff having one more go at it, but it doesn't look like he's going to do anything but get a little more practice there. Turbo manages to hold on to second, so your front row looks like it's set. Yep, Schaff unable to bring his time down at all, so that'll put him on the front of the second row with Smacks and Baird, but your front row, it's going to be hard to get Baird and Bear clear from each other.
Yeah, that's why I've been calling him 10R, and I think it might be frustrating him a little bit. But Bear and Baird is so, especially if you go with the softer D.
Baird.
Duh. That's what I have to say from now on.
That's how you have to do it. They're noting to us that Hades is 19.
Damn.
I think that this is. Yeah. So there you are, folks. Your front row. Gonna be Bear, Turbo, Voss. Second row gonna be Schaff, Smacks, Baird, Feelingless, Rocha, and Bichon gonna be on your third row. Your fourth row gonna be Jay, Key, and Mertz. It's gonna be a pretty solid competition here, though. Definitely looking forward to this.
It always is solid competition with these guys.
Yep. Don't go easy on us, do they?
No, they really don't. They keep us on our toes, that's for damn sure.
Uh-huh. All right, we'll have a minute as we wait for everybody to do their final config. Hope everybody's looking forward to it. This will be Xbox MotoGP 20 at Chang.
I just said who's got the race space.
I'm seeing some interesting setups here pop up on my screen. Some people going with less fuel, some people going with more. So we were discussing, I mentioned a little bit in Moto 3, but with the racers throughout the week, they were playing with lower power level with a lighter bike due to less fuel and running faster times that way.
Okay.
Does anyone have their...
It's good that they can come up with some new strategies now that there's new mechanics at play. I kind of like to hear that.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
It adds that extra level of complexity.
Got to have that strategic edge on the opponent. Can't just be better at working the controls. Got to be thinking about how you're going to race. I like it.
I do too. You know, the other thing I like is the different flags we have on there. Of course, we're a southern U.S.-based series, but that's not all American flags.
Yeah, we've kind of mixed it around there.
16.
We have, I mean, some of these guys are from out of the country at this point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I was right about Mr. Bichon there. That is a French flag, sir.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
that it is.
So now we got what? We got Brazilians. We got. Actually, I'm not sure how many of these people actually are from places, but I'd wager on that one.
Being a French flag and what you figured was a French name, very, very possible. Now, we actually have Hades, who should be joining us for GP. He is
Okay,
actually
so he's running Moto3 and GP this time?
just GP,
Just GP,
I
okay.
think. Yeah.
I thought I saw him running Moto3, but I guess I'm an idiot and wasn't paying attention.
One of us is an idiot, and I could very well be the one that's wrong. But he's racing out of the UK, I believe.
Would you just look at that?
Yes, I think so. Is that or South Africa?
All right, they are off.
Yep, and right out of the gate, they are doing a good job of getting... Oh! Little bit of bowling there coming into turn 1.
I've seen better, and I've seen worse.
I think Rocha was one of the ones that got caught out on that, and he has fallen back to almost last place as a result. Too bad.
I think he got taken out last race as well.
Oh, man, he's just not having good luck this evening. That's
Voss just got bounced real wide.
Yeah, he did, and Smacks capitalizes on it along with Turbo. They take second and third, but Bear continues to just be a monster out front. Man, apparently his issues during qualifying are just gone now.
Yeah, he set that fast lap, and frankly, it was great.
Oh,
That was a little bit of contact between Smacks and Turbo.
Yeah, that was... I'm not sure. I think I'm going to call that a racing incident there.
I will.
Was rough.
But being I can only see one view, I'll remind our racers the official manner to submit a what is the word I'm looking for? Not a complaint. A
petition for getting a look at something there.
Sure, there's a word for that I can't think of. It'll come to me within 24 hours of race close. Please send us your stream or the other person's stream, whichever you think is better evidence, or both, with timestamps and race direction, and we'll review it and we'll get back with an answer. We're certainly here to be fair to everybody. We don't want people bullying each other off the track. We're trying to treat this like a real series.
Yep.
Because it is a real series. Hell, we got prizes. I don't know why I keep acting like it's not real.
I know. It's fun. All right. So here we are. Current fight that you're having here between second and third. This is going to be Voss and Turbo having a good fight here. Look at this, all over each other. Lord almighty.
I'm really digging the new camera angles in this game. They're mixing it up, and I like it.
Voss managing to actually stretch it out a little bit over Turbo there. As we come through turn 7. But not getting away. You can tell that it's not going to be an easy one. Bear isn't getting away either. It looks like the front of the pack are all holding pretty consistent, similar times. Ooh, a little aggressive through the chicane there.
It looks like... Oh, man. I was going to say, it looks like Rocha and Mertz are having a good battle, but Rocha crashed.
Oh. And Turbo manages to push through. Very nicely done. As they come down the front straight, I think he caught that in the last corner.
I believe so, but Bear is starting to get away a little bit.
Yeah, he is. It's looking like Voss is falling off his pace a little bit.
And if we take a look at Bear here, he's power level 1. Tires look happy. Plenty of fuel. Bear's in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, he has got it dialed in today. I think that boy's been practicing a little bit. How about you?
I think he definitely has. Now, if we take a peek at Voss, he is in much of the same position. A little less fuel remaining. Happy tires, happy everything else. He's looking strong.
Yep. But Turbo's just giving him a hell of a run. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't have Turbo stream, so I can't check what he's got going on, but they're looking strong together.
It's clear that he's got a solid pace, and he is managing to slowly walk away from Voss here. Voss definitely having some good competition. Bichon earlier having a bit of a rough time in qualifying is now sitting in 4th. Schaff, after a great showing in qualifying, has slid back to 5th. He's having trouble catching Bichon. That's a bit of a surprise. But the front three are stretching out on the rest of the group.
I'm not sure I would stress out on it quite yet.
Nope, not totally, but we are halfway through the race. Bear hasn't managed to move it out to more than a second and a half at any point, but he's slowly stretching things out.
He had it at 2, so I think they're making some ground on him.
Yep. Smacks and Schaff close together, probably having a bit of a fight there. Let's see, Smacks just ahead. Ooh, and Schaff goes off. Smacks takes it and he's all over Bichon now.
That was a really punishing off. That's put him back in 8th place.
That cost him a lot. Oh man, bad luck for Schaff. He really, he did come out solid for doing, one of our wild card races, but damn, that's some bad luck right there.
He's still got time to make it up. We're only halfway through the race.
He does. But that's a lot of places to get really fast. He's got Key right in front of him. Key doing a lot better than he did in qualifying. Baird out ahead of him. Ooh, and Smacks now finally manages to slip past Bichon. Whoa! That tail going a little crazy around turn 9, but I think he's going to manage to stick the lead. Meanwhile, Turbo has managed to stretch out about a second lead over Voss. That's surprising.
Yeah, that's a lot. Again, I wish I could see his tire temperature and his fuel left, because that could be telling. Because Voss is still looking fantastic. He's got approximately 4 laps worth of fuel left. Very happy tires. In fact, it looks like he might have been able to go a little softer.
Or he could be more aggressive later in the race if he wants. We'll see what he does.
Both are very true. The same can be said over here for Bear. He's got 4.3 laps left.
Max goes down. Bichon goes down.
Oh, geez, we missed that one.
Yep, that's going to put Baird in 4th. Schaff in 5th. Bichon falls back to 6th. Key manages to move into 7th. And Smacks is back to 8th. Oh, and Schaff goes down.
Oof, again, that's rough.
Oh, and that puts him back to 8th. 9th, as Nick J moves in to 8th place. Good work capitalizing on that for J. Smacks, meanwhile, having a bit of a fight with Bichon and Key.
Yeah, look at that live timing. These guys are really duking it out.
Yeah, they are not goofing around. Smacks sitting at the back of the 3. I've actually got to look at what he's doing there. And my God, all 3 of these guys want it. Oh no! Key clips the rear of Bichon and goes flying out of turn 12. And that's going to put him out of that group. Oh! And Smacks way up on the front tire, barely misses hitting Bichon in turn 1 and loses all his momentum in a bunch of time.
That does not bode well on lap 6 of 8.
No, it does not. That was a bad time to have that happen.
It does happen, though. I'm definitely feeling bad for a big toss by Nick J.
Oh, man. He was doing well. He was moving up in the rankings.
Looks like Schaffner is down again as well.
Oh, Schaff is just falling apart, unfortunately. That is too bad.
So what happens? You start falling back, you push a little harder, and it's a video game. Yep. So there's no risk to life or limb.
Yep. But the problem is you get anxious, and that costs you. It throws your timing off, and boom, you're doing everything wrong.
Story of my life.
Yep. Just the doing everything wrong part, the rest not so much.
Well, and don't forget the anxiety.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Meanwhile, Nick J is all over Schaffner now that he's back there with him, trying to eat him up. Let's see if he can do it. Ooh. Jay having a bit of trouble sticking his rear. I think he might have gone with too hard a compound. Because he doesn't... He does seem to be having the tail slide a lot, and he's not overheated.
It may be his setup. Looking at his stream here, I mean, he's halfway through the tires. They're not overheated. It's difficult to say. I mean, he's got more tire wear than some of our leaders.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. He might have gone too hard, and it's just, yeah, I'm watching there. His tail's all over the place. I think he just, I think he doesn't have a good tire setup. Maybe suspension, but I'm betting tires.
Yeah, difficult to say.
Yep, but that is a tricky situation there. So up front, Bear still holding on to the lead, not managing to stretch it out. Nobody up front can really stretch anything out on each other. Turbo's still between 1 and 1.5 seconds back off of Bear, and Voss a second back off of him. But then the distance, because of all the little mishaps we've had at the back of the pack, the distance to 4th place is a whopping 17 seconds.
That is a whole lot.
Yeah, probably not going to see that made up in the couple of remaining laps as we finish up our penultimate lap and head into the final lap.
I don't know, man. 18 seconds? I could find a way to screw that up.
Bet you could. Got news for you. You ain't getting 18 seconds with an 80 horsepower shitbox.
Try me. I gotta put that bike on a dyno one of these days just to see how many horses have escaped in the last, 17 years?
I think you're talking about hamsters there, sir.
Guinea pigs. It's not quite as bad as a hamster, but it's not as good as a horse.
There you go. Or are we going to start measuring with capybaras now?
Don't get me back on my capybara facts.
Oh, God. He's going to decide dogs are too loud and get himself a capybara.
Could you hear those little SOBs during the stream? Oh, my God.
Yeah, they were definitely barking a bit.
Barking and wrestling. They were throwing each other into walls.
So we are looking at our last lap here. Voss and Turbo are going to make a move.
Oh!
Oh, what happened?
What? No! Bear!
What happened?
What?
Bear!
We're going to continue to stare at this for a moment. You know what? I think his internet might have dropped.
Yeah, that was either internet dropping or a controller running out of batteries.
We lost his stream as well.
Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, man.
I'll get kicked.
Oh, my God. He was doing so brilliantly the whole race.
That's the commentator's curse, dude.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I can't wait to see my phone light up with the rage.
Dude, I would be raging. That is bad luck there.
Can we talk about how the game just had him hold the corner into a little S into the wall?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to give Baird a chance to jump into 3rd. Turbo takes 1st. Voss takes 2nd. Baird in 3rd. Smacks in 4th. Bichon 5th. He in 6th. Schaff back in 7th after great qualifying, unfortunately. Jay back in 8th. Illness in 9th. See the rest of our field here in a second, but wow. That
Race
loss of
direction, scroll down. There we go.
All right, Mertz and Rocha rounding up the lineup, but that sucks. Bear was doing a wonderful job and got eaten by his internet connection.
God, that sucks.
That
really sucks.
Wow, dude. Yeah, that's what you call the internet service provider cursing. A lot. God.
Sir, I'm gonna disconnect the line if you keep cursing. God damn.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's the same thing you do anyway, bitch.
You already did.
Oh, that is BS. So, that'll be your second race of the evening. That would be Moto 2 at Chang on the Xbox. And next up, we'll have qualifying for MotoGP. Hope everybody will stay around and watch. Thanks for the folks that are watching. Thanks, racers, for racing. Bear, I am totally sorry that happened to you, bro. Better luck next race. Thank you to our sponsors for the evening, Moto Orangutan, Motul, I'm forgetting some of them, Woods, Cycle Country.
One more.
And, who was the other one?
They were in season 1.
Oh, Mass! So thanks to all our sponsors for the evening, and we will be back after a short break with our GP qualifying, folks.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in during the short break there. Our racers are just making their way over to the track for GP qualifying.
Yep, and for those that caught the last race and saw that disappointing ending for Bear, the other racers have already agreed to go ahead and let him keep first for that race, which is completely fair. He did a wonderful job and earned it, so there was nobody who had any problem with him keeping it, because losing your connection on the last turn is kind of crap. So, good to see that. Looking like we're a little short on our lineup here in GP. So we've got Smacks, Deshaun, Voss, Spanky, one of our new guys. I don't think I've seen him yet. Maybe I saw him during qualifying, I just forgot. Key, Rocha, Mac, I remember seeing him last time. Bear, and Mertz.
Whoa!
Watch Deshaun take a bit of a tumble.
We are starting GP strong.
Yeah. Damn, that's a bit of a rough landing.
Yeah, are you okay, sir? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Yes. So, 15-minute qualifying as always. And
Bear has a pretty good spill there, too.
Yep, Smacks and Bear having it off. Hopefully they can get it back together.
They got plenty of time. Says the guy who is not time pressed for getting a lap in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, that's easy. Yawn.
Yes, let me sit back here behind my keyboard and tell you how much time you have.
Yeah. I think they might call BS on you a little bit there.
They don't even know.
They don't. So for those who aren't as familiar with this track, it is only 2.83 miles, which means for GP, even though there are those rates there, it's going to be covered really fast. The lap times are what we were seeing last season. I think this will be mid-120s. Really quick.
That is quite a fast lap.
It is. You can't blink, and that's the nice part. During qualifying, it means they can get a ton of laps in.
Ton of crashes, too, which is good for our high wheels.
Yeah. Always good to see them.
About 4 minutes into qualifying and not a lap thrown down yet.
Yeah, everybody's still trying to get things dialed in. Oh, key goes down.
Not sure where you saw that one. I missed it.
Yeah, I just saw it pop up. I think I've also got his stream.
His stream does not appear to be up tonight.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It is down. Well, we'll harass him about it next time.
We need to harass a lot of people about streams.
It's alright.
Yeah, you're right. It is all right, but I only got 3 racers streaming right now.
Yep.
Luckily, the race direction camera is so much better in GP20 than it was 19.
Oh, he having another.
Did he hit the wall?
He threw it out of the last turn. I think it was probably the moment autopilot came off. Oh, Rocha. Another rough one, and looking like Mac is going to set down our first lap, assuming he doesn't get the commentator's curse from us watching him here.
He's pretty good at not picking up that commentator's curse. There we go.
Yeah, 128. It's kind of times we're expecting. It'll be in the 20s.
Now, I like seeing that as well. I bet he's pulling off to get back. Yeah, he was pulling off, but he got all the way off the track.
Yeah.
Before he decided to pause that game.
Avoid being in the way of others.
You know, from a race direction perspective, the coolest thing we have is that you don't have to cycle through the names anymore. You cycle through and then you select the racer that you want to see. So as you move through that menu, it doesn't just flip.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
Like flipping channels on TV with a 5-year-old next to you.
Yeah, exactly. Just smack him.
Yeah. Stop! Stop, you little bastard! Knock it off.
You're gonna give me the seizures.
Oh, Lordy. So looking like Mr. Bear is having trouble setting down the kind of laps he was doing during Moto 2. Makes sense. The GP bikes are a lot harder to handle.
Looks like Sam Crow Key is about to... Well, that's third sector, so he's going to be the next lap that we see thrown down here.
Yeah.
And then Merch just behind him.
Oof. I'm surprised to see, what is that, 3 KTMs out on the track? Everybody worshiping that bike this season.
Yeah, well,
After last
fair
season,
weather
they
friends.
were a bad joke. After last season, they were a bad joke. They have definitely had a better season this year.
Well, whoever thought Yamaha had put together a motor that won't stay together?
Oof, man. Yamaha has had a hell of a rough season.
Yeah, they really have. At
Yeah, I
first,
think
it was like, yeah, they don't have a chassis, but you know they're bulletproof, right? You know they're just gonna last, and no, they don't have either.
Yeah, they were like what? They were like 6 races in and already been through all their engines.
Yeah, they're having some issues. Undecided what took Rossi out this race. I don't know if it was a motor or if there was some speculation out of the fuel pump. Who knows?
Yeah. You can see here, Max still retaining our only time that's been set in qualifying here.
You boys better hustle.
Yeah, this is a rough track on the GP bikes, just because of the sheer speed you can carry through it, and then you have to go through tight little turns. It's really tough to work around this track.
Nah, come on, man. 300 horsepower is great for that.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful.
It is the best.
It is a series of drag races followed by terror and knee dragging.
I wonder if they just scream through the turns, you know, wide open throttle, ah! All the way through the corner.
Yeah, they're a point and shoot bike anyway. So long as you point them in the right direction, eventually you get where you want to go.
Is that how that works?
That's it, see? Give me a leader bike. I know what I'm doing now.
Leader bike, bruh.
Bruh.
Give me a bussa.
Bussa, brah. Speaking of bussa, bruh. So I'm up in Arkansas. I'm up in Arkansas with my friend that has terrible taste in bikes. And he decides to take one of his buses out with me as we go down some of the twisty roads near Eureka Springs. And I start teaching him how to actually turn a bike. I think he pooed himself. Well, the thing was, he has some terrible pipes on the bike. The dude that had it before him, I mean, is a pure squid setup. You know, not stretched, but God, it's just bad. It's these little shorty pipes, but they come down real low, so they put these long ass feelers on the pegs. Like, just, not even joking. They're like 1.5 inches long. They're hilarious.
You know how to measure that pretty well, don't you?
Yeah. Tony, touch your controller like I touch my 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so the first couple of times he tries to go through a turn, he ain't getting off the bike much, and he winds up scraping those ultra long things. So I finally tell him, I'm like, get your friggin' weight over. And he does. And then he tries to keep up with my line through a turn, and I hear on comms behind me, oh, dude. Oh.
When you get the audible,
dude, I'm like, and I'm calm enough through the turn that I'm like turning around looking at him. I'm like, dude, you got it. Just let your body lean. There you go. You got it.
That 300 kit on the back doesn't work well.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going, dude, this is why I told you. Fuck those bikes.
Which bike were you on?
I was on my Super Sport.
That's right. You only brought the one.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately.
I was hoping you'd be out there in the little 390 doing that. That would be funny.
Oh, it would have been more fun to be out on the Daytona just to really make him feel bad. And don't get me wrong, I would have done the same on a 390, but...
You don't have to make the guy kill himself.
Yeah, with the Daytona, it's like, dude, don't even... He won't be able to keep up with the line because he won't see me.
Just make your own lines. Creative.
My plan was actually to stick him on the 390 for like 2 days.
Oh, Bear coming in on that corner, just on the nose.
Yep, put him 2.2 seconds off the lead. Spanky's sitting 1.6 seconds off. Now we're starting to get the times in, really. Smacks at 4.4, Mertz at 8, Key at 8.5.
So my dumb ass is here thinking you're making a joke about Golden Smack calling him Spanky. Then I look up to realize we have Spanky in here. Hi, Spanky. I'm an idiot.
Spanky. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MotoGP with me and a retard.
I became a professional retard. Wow. Okay. I'll go back to sipping my tea.
I'll see myself out, thanks. Ooh. Oh my. Folks cutting it a little close.
My.
It's qualifying, folks.
What the? Hey!
Ooh, what is this?
Calm down, gentlemen. Calm down.
What even is this? Rocha just with the tail all over the place. Look at this.
Oh!
Stoppies his way into turn 1.
So that's what I was referencing if you just grab a fistful of brake.
That is, yeah, that would be the stoppy line through turn 1.
It's the clean line. It's definitely a clean line. Spanky! I don't like just saying Spanky. That's the racer. I've learned this now.
Yes.
I can learn.
Spanky Smacks. Is that what we're going to call him? Is that how we get it for you? We've got Golden Smacks and Spanky Smacks?
Oh, God. As long as we're not calling him Spanky U69 on stream, that'll... Oh! Is that twice with Rocha doing that?
Rocha.
I think he's practicing his pole vault. Track and field season, you know?
Either that or he's working on making the Rocha space program. Just launching himself as high as he can. Oh, wow! Key! Bit of a mess in the turn there. I guess that was turn 1.
We could have a bit of bowling going on here.
I suspect we will. Yeah, GP on this track is just brutally hard. It can be really, really fast, but it's kind of merciless on these bikes.
Good.
Yeah, it lets them make use of way too much of that speed and then forces them into little tiny turns.
Makes sense.
Yep. Well, it's Thailand. I expect everybody there to be like, nah, we're only ever going to race on a 125, bro. You don't need to worry about a leader. That's a lot of Southeast Asia. Everybody's on a 50cc scooter.
A 50cc. Dude, if we could do that as a race series, I absolutely would.
I keep saying what we need to do is go out, rent a bunch of those terrible mopeds that they have for rent. I guess they're electric or something like that, and everybody needs to be wearing their track suits and just drag me through downtown.
I think you're going to have a really hard time dragging me on those, but, you know, challenge accepted.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know, oh, it'll be hard. So, who cares? Oh, and I see Key have a bit of an off there in front of Bear. Bear hasn't managed to move down below that 2.2 off of Mac. Mac making it slightly faster. 128.0, almost.
You're really harping on that slightly.
Slightly. It was a very slight improvement in time. But nevertheless, he does hang on the first. Hines noting that Ride 4 has MT 125s on this track. See? I told you. I'll bet they engineered this track for little bitty bikes. It gave Formula One runoff.
Makes sense.
You're very safe with your 125. Probably not even 2-stroke. Running like 4-stroke 125s.
Give me just a moment, Chris. I need to mute this because I'm queuing something interesting up.
Okay.
Well, you were the one that got muted, sir. Not me. It's fixed now.
Wonderful.
Look,
So, are you done yet?
Oh yeah, you're back. You're back. What I have done is either going to flop horribly or it's going to be great. We'll see.
Oh god. No, this will not work.
What?
Alright. So qualifying has finished, and looks like Max, Spanky, and Bear sitting up front, though Voss working on setting himself a lap. He is still out. He is showing a personal best for the first two sections. Rocha, meanwhile, showing a personal best for third section. So we'll see if they move up in the standings at all. Doesn't look like either of them are going to take first. Yeah, Rocha finds himself not moving up at all.
Who is that throwing up PS4 greater than Xbox? Is that Reckless?
Yeah.
I have a very small preview window right now. Hey, Reckless, convince your PS4 bros to put on a season and we'll look at it for next year. But, yeah. So McCargo with pole position. Who is that?
Yep.
Spanky in second, Bear in third. The screen is flipping to Voss in fourth. Goldsmacks in fifth, Rocha sixth, Sam Crow in seventh, Mertz in eighth, and our favorite Frenchman in ninth.
Unfortunately, did not set a time. He's going to probably have a rough time during the race.
We will see.
Heinz asking, where is Hades? I don't know.
Sleeping, probably.
Yeah, might be. Might be passed out somewhere.
Oh, Heinz tuned in just in time. Hi, Heinz. How are you, sir?
Oh, Garrett's just commenting. Same as you.
Yeah, we fired him, actually. He got promoted to customer.
It's an upgrade, folks. If you work around here, it's terrible. They don't pay you and they beat you. Help, I'm trapped in a commentator booth and can't escape.
Chris, shut up. If morale doesn't improve, the beatings will continue.
The beatings will continue and out will come the rifle. Alrighty, so waiting for folks to do final setup. And then we will start our last race of the evening. This is going to be MotoGP on the Xbox at Chang. I am excited to see how this one goes. And while we've got a moment, we will mention again our sponsors that we have for this season. We've got our... I'll try to get them right this time. Let's see if I've got the list memorized. Motul, Moto Orangutan, Mass Motorsports, and...
Well, you got all the M's.
Shit.
Wood Cycle Country.
Wood Cycle Country. I remembered it. It took me a moment. See, I'm trying to get good at memorizing these sorts of things. I probably need to keep a crib sheet.
I had to. My memory is so bad that I had to write it down. So I'm not going to blame you.
I can't even remember what button to press when you want to mute yourself and not me.
Oh, but I wanted to mute you. I needed to mute you for what I was doing.
That's fair enough, I guess.
I was testing something, and it worked.
Oh, okay.
We'll see if it works in actual application. No, I'm not throwing my hand on the table quite yet. We'll see. All right, riders are on the grid.
And we are off with our last race of the evening.
Ooh, that is a solid hole shot.
Ooh, it was good and solid, but got bumped a bit. Mac finds himself... Oh, out in first. Bear tosses it.
Only Bear down.
Yep, that's going to put him at the back of the... Wow, a little bit of contact there between Bear and Voss.
Took them both out. And no! McCargo stayed up.
Mac and Voss, a bit of contact. Mac somehow keeps the bike up. I have no idea. Oh, wow! Bear plowing into the bike in the back of the pack, putting himself further off. How in the hell Matt kept the bike up, I don't know. It might have been faster to go ahead and wreck.
Witchcraft? I'm really not sure.
Yeah. Wow.
So, I'll be honest. What I was doing was I had a bowling sound effect queued up. That wasn't quite enough for bowling, but
That was a bit of a landing.
that was interesting for sure. I thought he had crashed and he was just like ragdolling on the bike still, but no, he was there.
So out in front, Rocha manages to grab first. We'll see if he can hang on to it.
Good job, Rocha.
Yep. In practice, kept seeing him with that tail moving around a lot, coming into a lot of the turns. We'll see if he can keep it under control during an actual race. Ooh, he is very wide into turn one. A lot of people wide into turn one.
Hines is talking smack, Rocha. Shut him up.
Voss was way out there in turn one. Ooh, Smack's way off the track.
Sir, you're not allowed to cross county lines during races.
Yeah. Or no, excuse me, that wasn't turn 7. That was, oh God. I have to remember this track correctly. That was turn 3. A big old hairpin. And Voss now has worked his way through the group and is nipping at Rocha's heels.
I love how Hines is playing race direction in the chat.
Hines, are you bored out there in Houston?
Yes, apparently he is. He keeps going. The rage.
There's a lot of people getting into it during this race. So Voss, oh no!
Oh, you actually no. That was wow. What
that
a
was
crash!
complicated curse on that one.
That wasn't Voss though. That's Rocha.
I know, but we were seeing Rocha in the frame, and apparently having the camera on him just cost him. Oh, that's too bad. Rocha was having a good couple of laps there. And then dropped it. So Voss out front, Max sitting in second. Smacks in third.
So this is for everybody that sees what's going on the right-hand side of your screen right now. This is what I hear in one ear while trying to commentate with Chris in the other. This is why I'll get halfway through a sentence and just go, what? Huh? What?
Sound like a crazy man. So far, the race not stretching out much because we're having a lot of trading around, particularly up front. Voss and Mac all over each other. Mac doing a good job of hanging on to him after being our top in qualifying. Looks like he's going to go ahead and show how he got there.
Oh my God, Hines.
Hines wanting to ban half the field because he's a little dictator.
I think he's sad because he's in Houston.
You know what? I would be too, because Houston.
Yeah, that's a pretty good reason. Last time I was in Houston was for the Harvey cleanup, and no, I take it back. I've been there for the racetrack, but that's it.
Last time I went there was for work, and it was miserable, and I don't want to go back. Oh, Voss! Voss, the track is over there, bro.
Yeah, that was a right turn, not a left, sir.
Yeah. Apparently, though, he turned it into a left. And now, Bear...
Dictator life is tough.
We did catch a glimpse of him there behind the pack out front, so maybe he'll catch up. Smack's not falling too terribly far back, but he is just about 4 seconds back off the rest of the pack. I don't know if he can make it happen. Hines talking about how rough his dictator life is.
And ban Hammer. So I'm just going to ban Hines from the chat.
Oh, look at this worthless, garbled crap just messing up this screen.
Yeah, right. Except for Reckless's hearts, we can definitely have those up there.
Oh, okay, all right. We will allow it.
Chris, let's just change all the passwords to our accounts for like 24 hours and go radio silent. Let's just freak them out.
Just disappear. Sure, why not?
Poof. Wow, now he's back to talking smack.
So Mac holding a solid lead, continuing to stretch things out a little bit on Voss. Not a bunch.
But enough.
He is get ahead of him. Let's see if he can actually really generate a big lead out of this. Looking good though. Voss not letting go of him. Actually, I'm impressed to see how well Voss is doing. This is not an easy race on GP.
No, it is not at all. Voss is tearing it up.
Look at how wide he is there. Woo.
Hey, he's taking the creative line. He's a creative mind.
All right, get a room, you two.
I was about to roll into a gifted and talented joke, so it's probably a good thing you stopped me there.
These guys are going to be making kissy faces to each other over the chat.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Wanting the spike strips in the final corner. I don't think that's a race direction option for 2020, but if it is, hey, you know, I haven't messed with it yet. Maybe it is.
Can we get like some paintball guns, maybe a taser or two?
See, now where Voss seems to be losing time on Mac is the lines that he's getting through the hairpin every time are just nowhere near as good. Like on 3, he keeps losing time every time, being wide on it.
I think he's pushing a little hard, and that's what's leading to it.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have the braking down for this yet on GP.
Could be a setup thing as well.
Yep, that could be it. He could just not be getting enough braking coming down out of the straights. I mean, he's been swinging wide on turn 1 as well. So he may be having trouble just braking out of straights.
His setup looks great, though. He's got plenty of fuel left, plenty of tires left. Temperatures are looking fine.
Yeah.
So he's in good shape.
Yeah, he is. It's just he's not managing. Like you can see, Mac is continuing to stretch it out now, almost a second and a half ahead. Like he's actually doing a really good job of holding Voss off and walking it on him. Let's see here. Voss trying to chase him down and losing. Yep, he lost more time through turn 1. Oh man, at the end of these straights, he's just getting eaten alive.
Yeah.
Which is a bit surprise because the Suzuki is supposed to be one of the more maneuverable bikes.
Whoa, that was an interesting corner entry.
Yeah, I think he got in a bit of a hurry, and that messed up his timing for corner entry there completely.
Believe it or not, I play this game best from this camera angle.
I do too. Like all the motorcycle games, I have to play from the helmet camera angle.
It helps it feel more realistic, and God, that bike is moving everywhere.
It helps me see where the line is supposed to be. Instead of thinking about where the bike's pointing, I'm thinking about looking at the line.
Right.
Spanky has managed to not lose Bear. Bear has worked his way through the pack. Unfortunately, he finds himself 9 seconds back off of Voss. So barring any major mistakes from Voss with only 2 laps remaining, not a very good chance he'll catch him, but it is Bear. He could jump up and surprise us. Oh! He and Spanky are actually still having a bit of a fight back there. Spanky does manage to get out ahead of it. They're very wide through the final turn, looking like he's having the same problem Voss is, where he's just getting a little ahead of himself on timing.
You know, I'm just going to have to agree with Hines this time. I'm doo-doo at the game. No, I'm worse than that. I'm like diarrhea at the game.
Yeah. They're looking decent now. Oh, but still swinging quite wide in turn 3. That hairpin just getting both Bear and Voss. I suspect these two have been practicing enough together that they picked up similar styles, and they seem to be making the same mistakes on this track. Very, very good line through 4. 5, a little creative, but I say it passes.
Bear's making some moves over here.
Yeah, he is actually doing pretty well as we roll into the penultimate lap.
Now, what Bear has to be very careful of is his fuel. Take a look at that.
Yeah.
1.3 estimated laps remaining.
He'll make it. He'll make it.
Oh, he better. He's gaining some back in power level 0. But power level 0 sure doesn't help him make up any time.
Well, he's had to... I think he's trying to get him on the brakes, since he's had no luck using the throttle for everything. And he may be dropping back to try and conserve fuel.
He has to at this point, I think. The game's not kind when you run out of fuel.
Yep. Meanwhile, out front, Mac has a 3.5 second lead on Voss. Voss sitting 9.2 seconds ahead of Spanky.
Hines. I think he's drunk.
he may have his friend in the bottle there.
The tequila bottle.
Yes. They're trying desperately to chase down Spanky, but not. Man, yeah, his tail's moving a lot. He is almost out of gas. He moved his power back up to 1. He's out of fuel, I think. I don't think he's going to manage to finish the lap.
Oh, no.
Yep, that is it.
There he goes.
It's done. Damn. Yep. He just couldn't get a good setup for that track, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
That was
so close.
But he did come away with the win in Moto2. So he did have a good night there. He tried like hell to get on the podium for GP, and he was close, but fuel just got him. He had to run too conservatively, and it wound up costing him. But congratulations to Mac for having a great race. Did a really good job of getting through the pack and fighting off Voss.
Okay, that one is Tony's McDonald's Wi-Fi.
That. And Spanky had a hell of a good race too. So there you go. With Mac Argo 1, Voss, Spanky, U69 are going to be your podium there. Smacks, unfortunately unable to catch it up. Bichon sitting in 5th. Rocha in 6th. Mirth in 7th. Mirth, I can't say it tonight. Key back in 8th. And Bear unable to finish after running out of fuel. He was in 4th. Very close to 3rd.
God, that hurts.
Ran out of gas, unfortunately. Looks like he just needed to work on his setup for that track. Just a bit more for GP.
That is rough.
So there you go, your final standings for your final race of the evening at Chang on the Xbox. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you racers for racing. Thank you sponsors for sponsoring. If you want to go through the list this time, Nick, so I don't...
Oh, so you don't butcher it? I don't get to put you through that again? Special thank you to our sponsors, Wood Cycle Country, Motorangutan, Motul, and Mass Motorsports. Do you see how you do that, Chris?
I know. I need
them all.
to write it down somewhere. I need to be more professional about this, seeing as we have people throwing money at it now.
Well, seeing that we have Race Direction making your mom jokes in the chat, I don't think we need professionalism.
Your mom needs better internet. savage jokes around here.
Probably correct though.
Yep.
Okay, we're leaving lobbies and stuff. Transition.
So thanks for watching this evening, folks, and we will catch you next time. Monday will be... Is it Coda on Monday?
Oh, you'll catch me lying.
I don't remember what it is, but we will be back next Monday
On motorcycles.
at 7:30. GP20 on the Xbox. We will see you then. Al laughed about running out of gas. Yeah, big mistake there, bro. But congratulations for the Moto 2 win earlier.
No, solid work tonight, Al. Just, fuel makes engines go boom. Not bad boom, good boom boom.
It is, and I've got confirmation from Heinz there. It is Coda next week, so be there, folks. It'll be good. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can get a couple of other guest commentators in here. There is a schedule. Yes, I know.
Yes, Heinz, we're well aware there's a schedule. There's a schedule for races, and you're not here. So
I am a blithe idiot.
We already knew that about me, so I won't
know.
point out the obvious.
Yes. So anyway, we will see you folks next week.